Hello friends of the electrified charging fun and welcome to Speicher Elektrisiert, your channel all around Škoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias and today we talk about while despite all my, in my opinion, justified criticism on the Škoda Enyaq, I'm still in love with the car and I still drive it. And no, this video is not sponsored by Škoda. Let's go! Yes, I know. The last 3 videos on this channel were highly controversial and critical about the software. But also it seems that I'm speaking for you, for my viewer, that I am speaking out what you think. Look at statistics of those videos, German and English. You really love those videos. But all these videos are about one thing, and this is software, 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 which I've already said in the review video 1 year with the Škoda Enyaq, link up here, only in German but with English subtitles. And since then I still have the same software. In the review it was 3.0, now it's 3.0. And yes, this video is only on my experiences and my opinion. So basically, for me, nothing has changed with the software. I know, software 4 is out there. I tested it, video on the channel, and it's good. I know there's software version 3.5 and even an update to 3.7. Do a separate video about 3.7 later on. But basically, for me, it's still the same experience. And then it occurs that I received some mails and that some people at the charger talked to me and asked me, why do you still drive the Enyaq then? Why do you do this to yourself? Why don't you change the car? And this video should give you an answer why I still love my Enyaq. And some new viewers of this channel who were attracted by those critical and controversial videos might never heard of another Speicher Elektrisiert than the one who criticizes and the one who is annoyed by something and points out what is not good. You never got used to the Speicher Elektrisiert who is enthusiastic and who is really happy about the car. And that's a pity. And therefore this video is also for some new viewers to show you the other side of Speicher Elektrisiert and why I do not sell my Enyaq right now. And now we directly dive into all the points I love about my Enyaq, and we start with the exterior. I really like the exterior design of the Škoda Enyaq with its edges and the form. Yes, I also like the more modern or futuristic approach of an EV which is more rounded and which has less edges, but when you ask me, I'm still in love with the more traditional approach to a car, and Škoda did that quite well. And yes, there are a couple of round things and it's not that edgy anymore like it was before due to the better performance and the aerodynamics, but still it's edgy and it's typical Škoda. And when we are talking about a traditional design, we also talk about a front grille. And yes, for me, a front grille is not necessary, but well, in a traditional design, it's a must-have. And then when we talk about the crystal face in the front, I like it. I would not go with the normal cover in the front. I will always go with the crystal face. I love the light show, and it's for me a huge benefit to have something like this possible on an EV. And yes, it looks a bit like Bohemian crystal and is nice. So basically, yes, this design of Škoda still fits my needs and I still like it because it's not such a round lollipop drops design like so many other modern EVs have. And therefore, I still like the Škoda Enyaq. One of the main benefits, this is here at the rear of the Enyaq, and it's the trunk or the boot. 585 liters in the SUV configuration is just awesome. I removed the top cover so I can record it a bit better, and this is really a great boot. You get a lot of stuff into it. It's huge. If you go on vacation, it fits. And what I'm also do not want to miss is the transport package with this piece here where you can get a leveled floor. And no matter what you do, for example, you see all the dog hair in here. We've got a dog, so we put a dog box in it. And for our dog, it's quite good. It's such a The dog is quite Labrador size. You can still put the day hike equipment to the side of the box, like some backpacks and shoes. If we go on a weekend vacation, we fit everything in, larger backpacks, some weekenders, shoes and stuff. And for nothing of this, you have to fold down the rear seats. Also, if we go on travel vacation for 2 weeks or longer, even with a complete family, you fit everything in. 120-liter bags, no problem with that. Putting stuff on top, and this is quite nice. And if you fold down the rear seat, you get a Christmas tree of 2 meters in it. So this is a huge benefit of this cars, and a lot of other electric cars have a smaller boot, and I don't know why. This is great. And talking about simply clever stuff, I like how you can stow the Type 2 charging cable like this. As you can see, it's perfectly aligned with the side, nothing is in the way of the boot, and you can still access this cable from up here, even if you've got a loaded boot, because you can simply grab it like this. And on the other side, you've got every safety equipment well stowed away, also perfectly aligned, so that you do not lose any space in the boot. And for me, this is a huge advantage of the Enyaq I do not want to miss, and that's one big reason I love my Enyaq. For me, it doesn't stop with the exterior, because I like the interior as well. It looks really cozy inside and well made. And yes, the interior also has again a more traditional approach to a car. It doesn't look that fancy or futuristic, and that fits the exterior. It's continuity at its best. And I like to have some physical buttons here. I also like the middle console. You have a lot of space to put stuff into it, and still you have a roomy feeling because it's not that high. And also I can put my knee against this. I like the steering wheel to control the car. You can really have a good grip on it. You can control a lot of stuff. And yes, when I get into the Enyaq, it feels like coming home. And the seating is very comfortable, at least from my perspective. So it's even good for a long journey. And yes, the panoramic roof in the coupe, or like here, just the sunroof gives a lot of light. Or despite that my car is completely black inside, it still is really comfort to sit in, to drive in, have enough light. And I really like that design. So for me, that's a really good package. Another feature which I do not want to miss anymore, well, it's not Enyaq specific, it's a huge benefit of electromobility in general, is stationary air conditioning. Because to activate air conditioning on a timer, like here with the departure settings, where you can say to do this once or to do this repeatedly on days and time to heat or cool down the Enyaq, is a huge benefit. And to do this as well in the app is also great. And yes, with the new app, it really works quite good. And I like it especially in summertime when you're on a hike and it's really heating up outside, and just a half an hour before you get back from your day hike, you start climating the car down so you have a really cool interior. Huge benefit not only of the Enyaq, but it is really well done in the Enyaq, and you can really control it quite well. The only thing additional to that would be a camp mode, to have something like this going on without the ignition on. But this video is not about camp mode or missing features. It's about what I like or love on the Enyaq. And stationary air conditioning is definitely one thing I really like about the car. This might be a bit of a special thing, but what I really like is that I still can plug in such an OBD2 adapter to read data from my car. I plug it in down there, let me show you, and you already saw a lot of this in my videos. This is the OBD adapter. You plug the adapter in here. By the way, you find a link to this adapter in my video description. It's an affiliate link for Amazon, and then you can read data from the car. I use the app Car Scanner. It's available for Android and iOS, and there you go. You just connect with your car, and get the data. This is not with every electric car anymore. There are a lot of electric cars who do not have an OBD adapter or an OBD port available. And I really love that to get more insights of the car. Yes, of course, it's very beneficial for my videos, but if you are a bit more into technology and you are interested in stuff like that, this is a good way to get data. And here's one of my dashboards you already saw in my videos. And yes, I do not need an OBD port. It could be done different, and I really hope Škoda will not remove the OBD port or else provide the data in a different way. Maybe in their own app with some expert mode would be a great function or feature a lot of other cars don't have. But as of now, getting data from the OBD port is a huge plus for me, and that's one reason why I love my Enyaq. Another feature in the interior I really like is the head-up display. I do not understand why there are car manufacturers out there bringing EVs without a head-up display or even the option to buy a head-up display. Even new models came to the market without a head-up display option. I don't get it. A head-up display is a huge benefit, and the one in the Enyaq is a really good one. It's crystal crisp, sharp, even though this might not look like this on the video. This is due to recording, and it has every information I need when driving. Also the augmented reality, so the direction arrows and additional information above is a really huge benefit. And I do not want to miss on this. Yes, you can even improve this head-up display as software version 4 shows. Yes, I know there are car manufacturers out there who might have a better one, but the one in the Enyaq is a really good head-up display with every information need and provides a lot of safety and comfort in everyday driving. One thing I really like about my Enyaq is the travel suitability of the car. And this starts already with the noise in the interior. Right now I'm driving on the Swiss highway with 120 kilometers an hour. It's rainy outside and the street is wet, and I have my winter tires mounted on the car. And it's so quiet in the interior. This is such a huge benefit if you drive the Enyaq. You are now, I'm talking to you, you are now listening to me and you hear me crisp and clear. Well, this is a bit, of course, due to my microphone, but as well due to the silent interior of the Enyaq. And this is a huge plus when it comes to traveling with the Enyaq. But for me, it doesn't stop there. The Enyaq is a very forgiving car to drive. It's non-problematic. You always are in charge and in control. And I have an ATX, so basically all-wheel drive, but I also heard this feedback from owners of rear-wheel drive Enyaqs, that it is such a pleasant thing to drive the car. And this also goes hand in hand with acceleration and regeneration. Yes, it's not the most. There are several cars out there with much more acceleration power, but I don't really need that. I love how the Enyaq accelerates as well as he regenerates or as he brakes. It's just the right amount. It's not too much, it's not too less. And you'll never have the feeling that you are driving a 2.2 ton car. It is so easy to handle, and that is a huge plus for this car. This also accounts for me for the suspension. I have the DCC, but well, to be honest, I don't feel much of it. But if it only comes to the suspension, I'm driving in normal mode, that's quite fine for me. Not too sporty, not too much comfort. Yes, you feel the bumps on the road, but still it's a nice and well-defined suspension, at least for my needs. And again, a huge plus for traveling. And speaking about the long journey with the car, the long journey suitability of the Enyaq, for me, this is a huge plus. On the short distance, not so much. But on the long distance, yes, also in winter. Well, let's have a look at the consumption. I have a testing circuit here. You may also know the videos of it. And on this circuit, in summertime, I'm below 16 kilowatt hours, 100 kilometers. And yes, this test circuit contains Swiss highway with 120, country roads with 80, and city driving with 50 or less. And in wintertime, I'm below 22 kilowatt hours, 100 kilometers. And yes, there's also uphill and downhill in it. This is a good result. And talking about long distance driving, we also have to talk about the assistance systems. And yes, I know it's a controversial discussion about them, but I do not want to miss the travel assist or the predictive ACC anymore. I use it quite often. For me, comfort is more important than efficiency. And yes, lane assist works quite well for me. And road sign assist also. Well, not if he really needs to detect road signs with the camera, but with the map data, it's quite fine. Yes, it has its flaws, but on long distance trips, this is a huge relief in driving, at least for me. So, and another aspect is the travel suitability when it comes to the boot, to the trunk. But this is a different topic in this video. So travel suitability with the Enyaq is a huge plus for the car and makes it stand out from other EVs who lack features when it comes to this topic. And then there are two more or less emotional things why I still love my Enyaq. And the first one, of course, are all the experiences I had with the car. The first 2 weeks where I had a borrowed Enyaq and all these oh and wow and this, I don't want to miss that out. The Enyaq gave me that, other cars didn't. Or the camping, the winter camping, where I tricked the Enyaq into some camp mode to have it warm, although outside it was very, very cold. That was a great experience. Most of this is covered on videos on this channel. Unfortunately, a lot of those videos are only German spoken, but they have some English subtitles, so you maybe want to watch them. And of course, experiences you didn't have on video, like the one when I was heading for a fast charger. I reached it really with 0% and it was broken. And I had to travel on and I was kind of panicked, but over 10 kilometers I could drive with the Enyaq still and reached another charger. And yes, all those memories, all those experiences are quite valuable. As well as all the stuff I put on the channel, all the technical stuff we've learned about this car, all the things we found out, all the tips and tricks, a lot of videos here again on the channel. This is an experience I'm not sure that I would have the same with other cars, and this is great. This is an emotional bond to the car. And another thing is the connection to Škoda. May it not be the best friendship, but at least we are talking. The manufacturer and I are talking about stuff. They gave me information. Yes, we have several Teams calls and even with top management. And I doubt that this is possible with other manufacturers, also regarding the size of this channel. And yes, I appreciate that. And this leads again to one of the most important, and so the second emotional bond I have with the car. And this is the community. Us, you. You are making this such a special experience. I know other cars have communities too, like Tesla, but the Enyaq community as well is really special on social media like Facebook, in several forums, different languages out there, in the comments, in the emails I receive, the engagement you have, the stories you tell. This is awesome. This is a huge emotional factor, and I'm not sure if this would be possible if I would drove another car or another brand. And as long as we are loud out there, as long as we concern and talk about this, we don't consider the Enyaq to be dead. When we go silent and decide to go to another brand, then it's done. But as of now, I do not feel that. Our community is strong, our community is special, and I really love this community, and I'm really happy that it is in existence, and I appreciate everything we do together. And those two factors are emotional, yes, and not very Enyaq specific. The car has not the most to do with it, but both is a huge important factor why I still love my Enyaq. So these are my points why I love my Enyaq despite all the flaws he has. And yes, software isn't much mentioned in this video, but at the end, not everything is bad with this software. Charge and route planning, is fine for me, and Apple CarPlay integration works for me. So yeah, I had a lot of videos criticizing the software, and these are totally valid, but also Škoda showed us with software version 4 that they are capable of doing better. But this is not the topic of this video. There are enough videos on my channel where I am addressing all these issues and flaws. Now I'm really interested in the topics why you still love your Enyaq nevertheless. What are those things that makes the Enyaq for you still a good overall package? And please write me in the comments. Let us discuss the positive things of the car. And if you're already done with the Enyaq and Škoda and Volkswagen will not get a second chance, then please comment on the other videos where I do all my criticism. This video is for the positive side of life. So is the Enyaq really that bad in everyday life for you? Can't you use it anymore? So write the positive things down, let's discuss. And I also would love if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you consider to subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel. And also a lot of thanks out to you for all your donations. You really help me out to maintain this channel, to run this channel. You are awesome. You really rock. Thanks a lot for that. And so I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, stay full of energy.